blend. Some people are coming out with brushes. They're basically like makeup brushes, like the fluffy brush when you would blend and do like your blush, apply your brush, and you can just use that. But you know, you don't need to go and spend no coins. You can use our best tool ever created, your fingers,
Your finger.
your hands, to go and blur your line or smudge your line. You could use a sponge. You could use just your regular, color brush. You don't really need to go and do the fad other tools that are out there. Because the
Oh, that looks pretty.
cost effect.
That was heavy pretty.
Lord Jesus. And then we're going to be just shampooing and conditioning today. So what I'm going to be doing is just taking this hair off of its packaging. And then just getting it, make sure there is no tangles and things like that. And I just put a protective covering over the table just because it's just a little easier to apply your color and get it saturated to go through by laying it out this way instead of trying to do it in a bundle and trying to what?
One of the questions that was on the test that's similar to this, like to test if that was like remy, like real, like it's not synthetic.
It's a burn test.
You take a piece of it
And burn it.
Burn it.
Yes.
So the faster it goes.
Okay, so we'll have a lesson about that later, but that's not the time for this. This is a color demo, honey. So, people get a misconception about, what the terminology is. So remy just means that all the cuticles are going in the same direction.
Oh, okay.
So the hair is processed so that the hair doesn't get tangled
Oh.
easily. If it's not remy, then what happens is the cuticle layers, if I put this piece of hair in here and then I reverse the next piece of hair and put it this way, the cuticle layers, if they lift, they're gonna go like this, and like make little hooks on each other, and that's what makes all the knotting and the tangling. So when you do the remy process, they're making sure all the cuticles are aligned and going in the same direction.
Okay.
All right.
Message.
Hello.
That's why you're an educator.
So I really don't have a set like mine, like an exact formula that I'm gonna be doing. I wanna really be organic and artsy with it, so I'm gonna do like a little squirt or squeeze here. Some people are gonna be really against that. I'm gonna remember what I put in the bowl. Some people are against that because they're like, well, what if you have to replicate it? So you will see some people will have their measuring scale and things like that. We don't have that luxury right now because I forgot that bad boy. But yes, I'm going to be using a little bit of Unique Freak Blue that has argan oil and macadamia nut oil in it. I'm going to be using a little violet from Goba Illumin. So I'm going to probably mix these two together because I'm thinking that I want more of like a indigo kind of color. And then I'm using a silver metallic from Kenra Color. Okay, I think I'm going to just on some of the hair I'm going to use it straight up, and then for part of the hair I'm going to mix clear in it to dilute a little bit so that it's a softer grayish silverish color and things like that. So let's get busy. So I'm gonna just eyeball this. I'm gonna act like I'm in the kitchen cooking and making a
Do
soup.
it from scratch.
Yeah, just making a little soup. Throw a little bit of this in there, throw a little bit of that in there. Okay. So let's open that bad boy up. I'm gonna take a little dollop of this. So that's one little
Can you
dollop.
find that at Ricky's Wakery?
I'm sure. You can always find it online.
Thank you.
Dollop.
$2. If you ever had to read like your grandma's recipes, you're like, these measurements don't make no damn sense. Put a pinch, put a dollop, put a
What color
squirt.
is that?
This is violet.
You trying to make it more darker?
I'm trying to get into more of an indigo color, like a purplish blue.
We like similar to that.
Well, we'll see. Does anybody have we have a piece of white paper that we got earlier? Because you can always, if you're unsure, you can always
There you go.
test
Yeah.
out. Thank you kindly. So you can always take a white sheet of paper, just mix this up real good. So this color is, as you can see, if you haven't seen, it's more creamier consistency, so permanent. This one is more like a gel. Just be careful sometimes, because when you have different
Product.
consistency, sometimes they don't mix well together. So as you can see, it's kind of like what that color is so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably add a little bit more purple in there. And another little squirt.
Mm-hmm. A dollop.
No, that was a squirt.
Oh, that was a squirt. Okay.
Or to your liking.
Yes. There you go. Get up in there. Get up in that bone. All right. So let's see. So there. I like that one a little bit better. I want a darker little consistency. As just like a little transition, and maybe you never know. I might do some of the hair in there like that. So I'm not looking for something that is going to be so like stripy, horizontal. So I don't want to paint down and create a harsh line. That's a different look. That could be a tip dip that you're doing, or maybe you have a person, a guest in your chair that really does want to see like that color blocking. It's like how we do that in clothing. We can mimic that in hair. So let me just get this one mixed up real quick too. That way I can just go through. So I'll keep this purplish blue, and then I'll put a little bit of blue one into this one. I'll move that.
What color is that one?
This is just blue from Unique Freak. This one in here is a silver metallic from Kenra.
Silver metallic.
Silver metallic. So for everybody that wanted like gray hair and silver hair and things like that. So that's why I'm working with just like kind of like a cool palette.
Using a whole tube?
I hope not.
Like maybe wanna come on?
No, maybe I might even want to squirt some purple in there too. I'm just gonna, get creative and not like really think about it too much. I know people are gonna read me for doing that too, because a lot of people are just very adamant about proper mixing. And usually I am though too, but I just wanted to do this more so just to be more creative and artsy and a little bit more organic. So the actual concept for what I'll do first is I'll do a little bit of the darker one closer to the top, and I'm just gonna feather it down and then just change on over to more the brighter blue, and then keep like the silver for the ends.
How much time do you have for the application and processing?
I'm working with semi-permanent, so I really don't have to worry about that too much. But this one happens to be a permanent color, so usually most manufacturers will give you a time limit. And then when it like oxidizes, it stops working so much. So I'm just gonna start on over here. I can apply the color right here at this top area, just to get that in there, and then I'm gonna turn my brush sideways or at an angle, and then just start feathering down. And I'm gonna do that in different areas. So as you can see, it kind of, because I don't wanna, like some other techniques, tease it and things like that, because I don't want this hair to get all tangled up. Even though it is Remy hair, I'm just right now placing my color on, almost like the same concept as makeup. Placing my color on, and then I'm going to blend. So this process is gonna be your own unique way of applying. Get these tangles out, get the tangles out right here, there. And then you can always go and apply more where you want it, or a little bit lower if you need to. It's totally up to you. So right now I'm just working with this one color, just to get it on up here, get it on here. Then we're gonna be taking this hair and creating a unit.
What line is that?
This is Janet Collections, XOXO, prelightened hair. So you can do a lot of stuff with it.
No, not the hair. The color that you using.
The color that I'm using is, it's a mix right now of the blue from Unique Freak and the violet from, and y'all can pass this on with you, the violet from Go Well. Then I'm just gonna come in here and I'm gonna use the Unique Freak just straight on up. So I'm gonna apply that right there in my neck section. And it just all depends on how you feel, you know. Some people will switch to a newer, clean brush to do their blending. I will just gonna come in and use my fingers, my hands. And that's just what I feel like using today. So as you see, it's a very quick process. As soon as you get used to it, just make sure you get good saturation. So that's one of the, now as you see, I went up a little bit higher because I want to change, because I want to have the option of having some hair different, another batch different, and then another batch different. Because it's going to be, you know, layered on itself. Somebody go grab me